So Momentum Learning is a course center, especially for Olympiad. They are very successful and all instructors are professionals. So let's continue with me. I'm Miss H. I'm teaching since 1998. So I have been in different countries in Europe and in the world. And now I'm in US, so I'm still teaching, and I think I'm going to be teach till end of my life because I love teaching. Okay, CM200, so you will be here. So the requirement age is grade 7. But of course, if you are eligible for the previous ages, if you are qualified, if you already learned some algebraic reasoning, so you can be here. Class details can be found online. So what is that? momentumlearning.org. This is the website of the Momentum Learning. So you already know that, especially. And then you can see all schedule here for online, for in-person, if you would like to go to online. So you can be here online and then contest math or high school math or middle school math. So you have everything online. So coding, ACSL, etc. So you can click one click away from all information that you need. Class details. So if you would like to go to CM200, so you can see the contents. After this, 201. If it is very low level for you, so you can go to 201, and then 301 we will have. So we have 2 sessions, online and in person. There are 2 online sessions, Saturday and Tuesday. Which one is best for you? So you can choose that one. Online, as you see. Yeah, go ahead.
So let's say if we miss a class on Tuesday, can we still take it for the Saturday?
No, because you will have only one Zoom account. So if you're enrolled for Tuesday class, so you have to follow Tuesday class. But we record every session, and then you will use also Canvas. So we will publish everything, the handouts, the homeworks, the tests, and the class recordings on Canvas. So if you missed one class that Tuesday, so you can you're fine to go to watch the record next day, just next day or next hour. It will be published immediately. I think maybe overnight, but it will be published for sure. But again, sometimes I don't believe that you are not going to use 2 sessions, but if you were in person, maybe for 1 hour they let you, but you have to communicate with the admins. Okay, so info@momentumlearning.org. You can communicate with them to get the Zoom account because you won't have Zoom details for that one. Thank you for asking questions. And also I forgot to talk about the TA sessions. The problem solving session, the homeworks will be solved live. 2 hours mandatory to be in the class, but this is optional. Again, if you miss that session, so you are able to see the recording. Okay.
So will the students be signed with the homework they need to finish every week?
Yeah, yes, you will have online homework every week.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome. Only the last week, because last week is the testing day, so you will have 11 homework. Like 12 weeks, we have 12 weeks. Last week is final test. That's why we won't have homework for the last week.
I see. Do you know roughly how much time the students need to spend on the homework?
The homework? Oh, let me check. Okay, just a second. Let me check. I can give you the great information about that. Let me stop my sharing because every test is on Canvas and they're in testing mode. Just let me open. Sorry for waiting for you. I don't think so that it's gonna take too much time. It's like 40-45 minutes maybe to solve. And then if the one student cannot solve one problem, so they can watch the TA session, they can attend or watch later. It's up to you. It's optional.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to distract.
Yeah, just
Right.
just let me see the information about it from 200B. This one, I think 200A is the fall semester. Okay, Tuesday session. Oh, time limit none. It says there's no time limit for homework. But there are 21 questions. Let's say for 2-3 minutes for one question, approximately like 1 hour. But sometimes they are very easy. They can finish in 30 minutes. Like number of questions is 21 first week. The class description, 1 year, 2 semesters. We have fall and spring semester, but you have to enroll one by one. So if you enrolled only fall, so you can't go to spring, so you have to enroll one more time. What do we cover? Pre-algebra, algebra, geometry, number theory, and combinatories, but this is whole year. In the first year, pre-algebra and algebra. I think in the second semester, geometry, number theory, and combinatorics. Like it is separated in that way. So don't expect all topics in the first semester. Fall is fully focused on pre-algebra and algebra part. Difficulty level up to easy AMC 8 and math counts school round. Time required, 2 hours lecture and 45 minutes problem solving TA sessions. Who should, so you are qualifying test if your child is like 3rd grade, 4th grade, but they are good, like good, they have good knowledge, so you can go to qualifying test and you can go ahead with the 200 or 201, so you can see your child level, but grade level is 7. Fall semesters and spring semesters, so you can see the topics, multiplication, division review, and then I have prepared a worksheet about the first fall semesters topics, multiplication, division review. Like first we start, of course, with the order of operation. After then multiplication, division, and fractions, decimals, negative numbers, algebraic expressions, ratios, rates, percent, and prime factorization, and divisors. I believe prime factorization and divisor is previous, like in week 3 or week 4. I'm not sure about that. Okay. Any question till now? Yeah, so you can see do you know how to use Canvas? I can show you the Canvas if you want to, because everything will be on Canvas. And office hours. Actually, this is 22 fall schedule, but it is changed, so you can better communicate with the email, info@momentumlearning.org. Faster responses. Okay, so I think it's done. Thank you. Do you have any question? I put several questions here, but I'm not going to cover all of them, to show you what type of questions we're going to solve. And I choose mostly difficult questions. Of course, we will start from the beginning to teach, like order of operation. I will teach from the beginning, but these are more challenging questions. So don't think that, oh, this is so easy, so we don't have to attend it. So we have easy part. We start from easy, like, scaffolding, easy to difficult one. So I put some challenging questions. That's why no worry about that. I'll explain everything, and then they will be able to solve all type of questions. Now, do you have students with you? Because generally I would ask this question, how they know what they know about it. Alan, Olivia, are you students or the parents? Or you can do it together. We can do it together, student, Olivia. Okay, Alan. Okay. So you can use chat if you want to. Let me change chat options. You can only text to me right now, and I only can see your answer. Then I can check. So we do how we do in the class. The students will write their answers in the chat to me, and then I can check it, and then I will say that is correct or not. Sometimes from the answer, I can guess what type of mistakes they did. And then I'm saying, did you make this mistake? I say, yay. So they correct their mistakes. Okay, we can solve A and B first. If you want, you can write the answer in the chat. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. So we can skip C, so you don't have to solve C. Just to show you what kind of exercises we will have. That's why I put those questions. So if you solve these questions, challenging parts, so in the class, what will we do? This is week 1. Order of operation. Okay, order of operation, PEMDAS. Or sometimes some people know BEDMAS, and some people know GYMDAS. I heard about it, GYMDAS, PEMDAS. And multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction. Generally, for addition, subtraction, if you have the operation in addition, subtraction, you don't have to start like from the beginning. So you can combine two numbers, which make it like zeros, like 17 and 3 to, it's easy to add, right? Or 17, 13, or 16, 14, 16, 4. You can make them, you can combine them. But for multiplication, division, we have to be careful, because if division is first, from left to right, first come, first serve. So keep in your mind, when you get confused, left to right rule, if there is no parentheses and they have the same type of operation, like multiplication, division, they are pairs, I can say, because multiplication and division are inverse of each other. Division is kind of multiplication, right? So like 1/2 times 5 is half of 5. So it can be also division, also multiplication. So when you get confused, left to right rule. First come, first serve if there's no parentheses. P represents parentheses, E represents exponents, M represents multiplication, D represents division, addition, and subtraction, right? Again, from left to right, so what is that? For example, think about this question. 16 divided by 4 times 2. Generally, students, people, maybe in social media, they're putting this type of exercises, and most of the people get answers because of that. From left to right rule, some people just make 4 times 2, 8, 16 divided by 2. 16 divided by 8 is 2. They are giving the answer, but it's wrong. From left to right rule, 16 divided by 4 first, then times 2. The correct answer is 8. Why? Because this is the reason. 16 divided by 4, then multiplied by 2, right? Because if I write 16 divided by 4 times 2, 4 and 2 must be written together in the parentheses. Does this make sense? So 16 first divided by 4, because first come, first serve, times 2, then it comes. Okay, after making this revision, we have to focus on division and multiplication first. So we have to make this operation 6 plus 2 minus 6. Now I told you, right? So you can combine in addition and subtraction, you can combine any terms that you like, because 6 minus 6, you don't have to add the others. 6 minus 6 is just 0, and what is left? Only 2. Without making yourself tired, you can get the answer easily with this way. So look at whole sentence first. Okay, don't look at like 6 plus 2, 8 minus 6. This is easy one, but in general, look at the whole sentence. If there are some numbers that you know that represent like 30s, 20s, and combine them. So the question B, again, underline the priority, right? 8 plus 2 to the power of 3 is 8, divided by 4 is 2, minus 5 plus 12. Again, I have this 10 minus 5 plus 12 is 17. That's the answer. Any question till now? Okay, same thing. So we have only the thing here I need to remind you. Any number in power 0 is 1, except one condition, like we have one condition. A has to be different than 0, right? A has to be different than 0 because 0 to the power 0 is undefined. Why? Because if I keep, because 0 to the power of 7 is 0, right? So what should I say? 7 to the power of 0 is 1. So what is 0 to the power of 0 then? So it's undefined. Okay, just simply it's undefined. 0 to the power of 0 is undefined. And then the 0 power of any number except 0 is 1. It doesn't matter what type of number is this. Rational, fraction, negative numbers, any number to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, let's continue with the third one. I'll wait for you first. You can write your answer in the chat. Okay. Any answer? Did you get? Yeah, you were solving. Do you need time? Okay, let me start to solve this one. Oh, I got the answer. I think you have a calculation mistake somewhere. Okay, let's see. So sometimes we need to use different parentheses to separate to see the pair. So the first and the last one, and this is together. This is one group, and this is a number, -9. Okay, so I need to solve this first. Exponents in the parentheses. So do you see that they are just same numbers, 64 and 64? 4 to the power of 3 is 64, and 8 squared is 64 too. 4 times 4 times 2, am I right? Yes. Okay, to the power of 6, to the power of 6. So -9 times 3 left here. No need to put parentheses because of the multiplication. And then plus 81, here this one, and minus 48. So this is together -27 plus 81 minus 48. Did you see your mistake, Olivia? It's important because these type of questions. Also me, I do sometimes mistakes because when you just combine wrong numbers or just simple calculation mistake, like carrying number, especially when we subtract or add, if you forget the carrying number, so you'll get the wrong answer. -27 plus 48 minus 48 is -75, right? 81 minus 75, so the answer is 6. I think you put this positive 27 because 27 plus 6 is 33. Most probably that's the reason. Okay, good question. The question 4, I like it. You can use a long way, but I'll show you the trick that you can find the answer easily without multiplying big numbers. Only you need to see something special here, something important. Simple calculation. You can do the calculation, but I'm not going to make myself tired. My students are laughing. Generally, I'm saying math people are lazy people because we always trying to find the shortest way. 110 times 5, 105 times -9. Look at a whole sentence. But of course, we have to have some skills here, like grouping method, factorization, especially I'm going to use factorization here. It's going to be easier. Not actually factorization, but anyway, some skills. Did you see the relation between 210 and 105? That two numbers, because they are big numbers. When the question is asking you making operation with the big numbers, there is a trick. Most probably there is a trick. 210, because calculation, who wants to make you the big calculations, right? No one wants. So you don't have to, at the end, there is no sense to multiply 5 times 210, then multiply 9 and 105, and then subtract. It's so easy. But there is another thing, which is 210 is twice of 105. 105 times 2 times 5. Okay, I have a question for you. How can you make this calculation 2 times 3 times 7 times 5? For example, if someone is asking you this multiplication, how would you do it? Let's start from the beginning, like 2 times 3, 6. 6 times 7 is 42 times 5, 20, 210. Instead, you can combine 2 and 5, right? Which is 10. 10 doesn't have like effects, but doesn't change it. Only the last digit will be changed, right? We have to add 0 at the last digit. And this is 21, so the answer is 210. You see, easily. You don't have to think too many things, and you can get the answer easily. So now I can combine this. 105 times 10, don't multiply, because I don't want to multiply this. 105 and 9. 105 and 9. Look at that. Again, I have a question. 10 apples minus 9 apples. What's it? 10 apples minus 9 apples. So when we think about it, it's an apple, right? It's an apple. So we have the same thing. 10 times a number minus 9 times that number. So do you see that the number is, the result is just 105? You see, I'm not calculating anything. I didn't multiply 210 times 5. I didn't multiply 9 and 105. So just simple skills. When you get this, 105 times 10 minus 105 times 9, that means 10 times something minus 9 times something is something. So the answer is 105. But it's okay if you make this. 210 times 5 is 1050. 9 times 105 is 945, I think. And then when you subtract again, you'll get 105. Sometimes it looks easier. What I explained looks more complicated. But when you understand this skill, when you get this skill, so this way is much easier than calculation. Okay, question 5. So X is a set of 7 consecutive natural numbers. Here we need to know what is consecutive number first. What is consecutive number? The number like after each other, right? Like increasing by 1. 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. So these are positive numbers. Smallest number in X is 5. So the smallest number is 5. Then we are looking for the last number. What is the last number? Think about it. The question for this problem is the number 11 or 12. Generally, sometimes students are not thinking, they're saying immediately 12. And then, but there are 7 numbers. The first one is 5. So how many numbers left? 6, right? 5 plus 6 must be 11. So the number is 11 because 7 consecutive numbers is easy to count with the fingers, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You see 11 because first one is 5. Then I counted 6 more numbers. 6 more numbers. That's why I need to add 6 to 5. So we need to know that if I ask you 70, so if there are 70 natural numbers or 700 numbers, what would we do? Okay, we can't count it with the fingers. It doesn't make sense. So to understand that, it's now important. Any question till now? So divisibility. So we will learn all divisibility rules from 2 through 11 first, like 2 divisibility rule by 2, 3, then 5. 7 is not necessary to learn because divisibility rule by 7 is a way complicated than instead dividing. Like I prefer, as a math teacher, I prefer to divide by 7 on my mind. This one, okay, divisible or not, we can find it. But the way is a way longer and I think more complicated. That's why we don't teach generally divisible to rule by 7, then 9, then 11. What about 6, 12, 15 for composite numbers, other composite numbers? We have different rule for that. So we are teaching. This is one of the example about divisibility rule by 9. But we will cover all divisibilities. So I can't show all topics, all problems here. That's why I choose just one of them. Any answer from you? What should A be? Do you remember divisibility rule by 9? Divisibility rule by 3 is the sum of the digit has to be multiple of 3. Divisibility rule by 9 is the sum of the digit has to be 9 and multiple of 9. And so on. 27 continues like that. So divisibility rule by 2, last digit must be even number. Divisibility rule by 4, the powers of 2 continues like that. Divisibility rule by 2, 4, last 2 digit. Divisibility rule by 8, last 3 digit. Bravo, Nidhi. Oh, okay. We have one more student. Okay, thank you. Okay, what about 0? Yeah, 0 and 9, both of them. Okay, so for example, divisibility rule by 3. This number, it's too big, right, to add them. Like it's very big number and it's difficult to add. So you can cross out the 3's first and multiple of 3, and then you can combine what makes 3, like 5 and 4 makes 3. I can cross out. You no need to add them. What is left? 7, 1, 1 makes 9. Again, multiple of 3. So all sum, I don't know what sum, but the sum is exactly divisible by 3. So this number is divisible by 3. By using that, 3 and 6, you can simplify. When I say multiple of 9, think about all digits from 0 through 9. Okay, so multiple of 9 is 9. Any multiple. Also 0 is any multiple. That 0 is a multiple of any number, right? Because 0 times 9 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. Anything. So A can be in the middle also. A is in the middle digit. So we can choose 0 and 9. If A was at the beginning, if the number was like that, A36, I can choose as 0 because if it says, the question is saying that A36 is 3-digit number. So 036 is not 3-digit number, it's 2-digit number. That's why I can't choose 0 at the beginning. But in the middle, we can choose any digits, right? So 0 and 9. Okay, 9 factorization, prime factorization. What is the largest prime factor of 1140? I'm waiting for your answer. One more time, I can repeat the chat box, only I can see your writing. Prime factorization, of course, I will explain what is prime factorization first. Of course, first of all, we will learn prime numbers. Prime numbers, the numbers which has only 2 factors, right? And the smallest one is 2, which is even number. Only even number, which is prime, is 2. 1 is neither composite or nor prime. So the 1 is just a number, no specific. No specified like prime or composite. First, you divide it by 2 prime numbers, right? Divided by 2 and then 5, 7, 0, right? And then one more time, divide by 2, 2, 8, 5. I'm done with 2. There is no factor of 2. Now start with 3. What was divisible to rule by 3? 285. The sum 15 is divisible by 3. Yes. So I will try 27, 9, 15, 5, 95. 9 plus 5 is 14, which is not multiple of 3. So it's not divisible by 3. That means 3 is done. Now next prime number is 5. And then 1 and 9. After that, no more factorization, right? 2, 2, 3, 5, 19. So 19 is the greatest prime factor of 1140. Any question till now? One more time for newcomers. I want to say these questions are chosen from every week. Generally, more challenging questions I choose. Of course, we will cover all of them from the beginning. If you see the questions are so difficult or I don't know what I'm talking about, we will learn them. What is factor? What is prime number? What is prime factor? Okay, we will learn from the beginning. After that, we will solve this type of questions. But just to have an idea what we're going to do at the end of the course, you will be able to solve this type of questions. This is the target. This is the goal of CM200. At the end of the course, you will be able to solve this type of questions. Any question till now? Okay, the question 8. What is the sum of all divisors of 91? Divisors? 91 is one of the easy, so just how many divisors does this have? You will find. Again, divided by 3? No. 2. It's not divisible by 2. Divide by 3? No. Divide by 5? No. Divide by 7? Let's think about it. And then go ahead, find all factors, all divisors, and write it in the chat. There. Okay, so I told you, right? No 2, no 3, no 5, so 7. It's 7 times 13, 91. But don't forget always the number 1, the factors, and the number itself are divisors. So we will add them. So sum is 112. 13, 7 makes 20, 92, 112. So you can combine these two, and then addition is faster and easy. I'll keep this one fractions because I need to explain many things here. First of all, equivalent fractions and enlarging fractions. How can I enlarge the fractions? After that, I need to put some rational numbers between them. First, I need to enlarge 1/5 and 1/6 till some point. Equalize denominators. After that, enlarging fractions. After that, I will put the rational numbers just to show you what kind of questions you're able to solve after this course. Again, just simple subtraction, addition of mixed numbers. Again, there are some tricks for adding and for subtracting them, but I'm going to solve 11. You can try first. For over 5, because of punto, it looks smaller, but no, nothing changed. It is just 4/5 plus 2/3 divided by, so this is main fraction bar. So you need to add this first, and then add this first, secondly, and then divide, right? Fraction bar means division at the same time. Think about it. 1/2 is 0.5, because when you divide 1 by 2, it's 0.5, right? Fraction bar is at the same time division. So I can write it as 4/5 plus 2/3, then divided by 1/3 times 22/45. Addition, we need to equalize denominators, so we have to enlarge the fractions. So multiply both numerator and denominator by 3 for the first one, because Least common denominator. We will learn all of them from the beginning. 3, 5 is 15, and I will teach you how to find them. And this is by 5, enlarge and then add 12 plus 10 over 15 divided by multiply 22 times 1 is 22, 3 times 45 is 135. After then, it's 22 over 15. The first one is as it is. The second one is reversed and multiplied, right? Division rule, division of fractions. First one is kept as it is, and the second one is reversed and multiplied. KFC rule. Keep, flip, change. Now flip 135 and change. When we multiply two fractions, first, simplify if you can. Simplify first. Do not multiply, simplify first. Why? Because we will have common factors at the end, but after multiplication, number is getting larger, and then it's difficult to find a common factor. Because when number is getting larger, it's difficult to work with it, right? So I prefer to use less numbers to simplify, to add, to multiply. So 22 and 22, you see? Simply simplified. 135 and 15, they are multiple of 3 and 5. If you see, 15 is one of the factor of 135, which is 9, right? 135, that's correct, Nivi. 135 divided by 15 is 9. Okay, then, so you have an idea what kind of like topics we will cover and then what kind of problems we will solve. Then 1 week we will learn place value for decimals, and here is the explanation of multiplication by 10 and dividing by 10. And then let's continue with 12. Circle the number below that is not equal to the other 3. I think I can solve 12 and 13. After that, I will show you the all question. Then we can finish the session. 12 first. What do you think? Let me write A, B, C for each. A, B, C, D. Which one is different than the others? Nidhi, can you think one more time? Olivia, correct. So 187 over 100. So what is it? 1 and 87 hundredths. Hundredths means over 100. So they are same. B and C same. What about D? The last, the 0. So you can divide both sides by 10. That means that we can simplify zeros at the end. Because, you know, simplifying fractions. So it is exactly 187 over 100. What about A? A is 1087 over 100. 1000, right? 1087 over 1000. That's correct. So A is not equal to the others. Decimal. Then find like decimals, we will learn how to add, how to multiply them, how to operate them, how to read them, the place value of the decimals after learning them. So we will solve this type of questions. What does reciprocal mean? If we have fraction, when we reverse it, B over A. Write your answer as decimal. Nidhi, that's correct. But the question is saying you write the answer as decimal. So 4.5? Yes, that's correct, Nidhi. 4.5 is 9 over 2, right? Its reciprocal is 2 over 9. But the question is asking you write it as a decimal. So we will write 0.2222 till n, or simply we will write bar at the top of 2. So that means this is the meaning of this writing is 2 is repeating till infinity. Okay, so it's like 6 minutes left. Expressions and equations. After making these calculations, after knowing the numbers, types of numbers, we will start to learn expressions and equations. Combine like terms. What is the meaning of combine? What is the meaning of like terms? We will learn now. We will cover them. After that, we will be able to combine like terms. After that, distribution property. First, distribute. After then, combine like terms. Again, find like terms and combine them. Okay, find like terms and combine them. Linear equations. Linear equations, first degree equations. Sometimes there are 1 variable, sometimes there are 2 variables, sometimes there are 3 variables. But if the exponent of the variables is 1 and not in multiplication form, because x plus y equals 1 is linear, but x times y equals 1 is not linear. Okay, so we have to be careful because the degree of x times y is 2. It looks 1, but it's 2 because 1 from x, 1 from y when combined in multiplication, because 2 variables multiply, the combination is going to be 2. It's important. We will learn linear equations. And solving linear equations, how to solve them, what is the equation mean, what does the expression mean? There is a difference between expression and equation. Expression, just the thing that we did here, combine like terms. These are expressions. If we have equal sign, it is going to be equation. Expression is x plus 3y. Equation is x equals 3y. Okay, simply this one. That's correct, Nidhi. But as I said, we don't have much time. How many pages? 2 more pages left. That's why I'm not going to solve them. I just want to show you what type of exercises we have. So this is a 1-step equation, but this one 2 steps equations and variables on both sides. How can we perform the operations? And then word problems. What is the meaning of there are twice as many pigs as horse? As many pigs as horse, like that. What is the meaning of them? After learning this, so we will create the equation and then solve it. Read, create the equation, and solve. Right? So, and then check. The last step is always important because sometimes we are making some calculation mistakes, right? And we can find 1.5 horse, something like that, right? There is no 1.5 horse, right? So it must be like 2 or 3 or 5. So the whole number, or sometimes you can find -7. The number of horses is -7. Does this make sense? So we have to check what we found and what is asked. Okay, we have to check at the end the answer. That's why checking the answer is always important. Again, we did this one, right? Once. We have solved this type of question. Money problems. When I came to US, I will tell a funny story. I never heard like, I heard quarter because, you know, from the movies, we know, do you have a quarter? So they just they were using it for the phone call. But I never, yeah, penny I know, quarter I know, but nickels and dimes, the first time I heard. And I was asking, what is nickel? What is dime? Like, it is maybe cent is divided into 100 again, like hour, do, minutes, then seconds, then milliseconds. I was thinking, why did they do that? But when I learned that is not, it's just 5 cents is nickels and 10 is dimes, and then oh, that makes sense. But at the beginning, I was very surprised when I saw that nickels, dime. What are they? Okay, money problems, they are good problems. I like them, solving and explaining. And then ratio problems, and then speed problems, yeah, word problems. And then we will finish the term with the sequences, arithmetic and geometric sequences. We will learn them. Okay. Do you have any question? No question? Okay, I would like to see you in my class. So we have Saturday class and Tuesday class. So you can enroll one of them. Tuesday, I believe from 12:30 till 2:30, something like that. It was in presentation, I think. Yeah, 12:30 till 2:30 from Central Time Zone. Okay, any question? If you don't have any question, you're good to go. See you in September then. The first week of September, I think. September 7. We will start online. Bye.